Hello everybody. I'm back for another review. We're going to do some more superhero movie reviews tonight. First, I want to dedicate this particular webcast to Cara Carlotto. You know who you are. I miss you. Anyway, we're going to talk about some of the X-Men movies that recently been coming out in the last, 15, 20 years and stuff like that. Wolverine and Professor Xavier and stuff like that. I think those movies are okay. You think I look pretty buff tonight, man? I think I'm looking pretty good tonight, man. Oh my God. I got it going on, man. I got it going on. Don't you all wish you could be somebody like me who could sit in front of in the studio and talk about superhero movies? I mean, come on. I am the man. Look at me. I am a real looking man. I have muscles, intelligence. I'm warm. I'm caring. I tell it like it is. I'm blunt, right to the point. I mean, come on, folks. All the women want me. They want me, but they just won't admit it, you know? They're scared that, I'm going to be some weird lunatic or something. I'm not. I'm one of the sweetest, nicest men you will ever, well, actually, Spiderman, that you will ever run into in your life. A very caring man. But anyway, most people, most women, they just don't, they just don't get it. That's that. Plain and simple, they just don't get it. They only wish they could have a boyfriend like me, that actually has the guts to protect the world. Like me, Spider-Man. And I look fantastic, too. Bet their boyfriends don't even look half as good as me. And I know for a fact they don't. Because I know a lot of them. Anyway, we're going to talk about the X-Men movies tonight. Okay, last night we touched on, the Thor movies. We touched on the Spider-Man movies. We touched on, other types of movies and stuff. The Batman movies with Val Kilmer and Christian Bale and stuff like that, And Michael Keaton and stuff like that. But, we could touch on some of them. We touched on the Hulk movies last night a little bit, too. The Hulk movies are okay. I hope they do a really good, serious movie, because I think the character is really well worth putting on this the silver screen. Hulk smash. All right, whatever. Oh, Dr. Bruce Banner. Woo! Oh God, I think I can web his ass and kick his ass any day of the week. And basically, well, we're going to talk about, what about the Ghost Rider movies? Okay, the two Ghost Rider movies, the first one was pretty good with Nicolas Cage. I know a lot of people hate Nicolas Cage. They think he's a horseshit actor. I think he's okay. He's good for what he does, kind of weird type movies like Drive Angry and the two Ghost Rider movies. The first Ghost Rider movie I thought was good. Second one blew fucking chunks. I'm sorry. It blew chunks. If there's going to be a third one, I think they have to go back to the first movie, that formula. And I didn't like the way he came across in the second one. He just stood there, and just kind of just shook and stuff. Oh, I didn't like that at all. I thought they really did a bad job just basically doing that movie. I'm not sure who did it, but he needs to be booted off. Anyway, we'll talk about the X-Men movies. I think they're okay, but I'm not a real big X-Men fan, and I just think that basically I kind of like to see that. I know they're trying to reboot it with younger actors, they're trying to go in a new direction and stuff. I think there's been about, 6 X-Men movies now? Something like that. I don't know. I'm kind of giving up on those. Gotta do my little sign here. Yeah, see? Spidey. Yeah, see? This is what a real man looks like. Yeah, people are going, what a conceited little son of a bitch and Spider Boy. I'm not conceited. I just know the facts and the truth. But anyway, yeah, I like the superhero movies. I like I touched last night, I still think the Batman movies are my favorite, next to my own 5 personal movies. I don't understand why, my biggest complaint in Hollywood about these superhero movies is that, once an actor basically takes control of a role, say like Ben Affleck is, can't even pronounce it, Ben Affleck is the new Batman, of course, in Batman vs. Superman, or whatever it is, Dark Justice. I can't remember the name of this, coming out pretty soon. It was Zack Snyder directed it. But basically, I think the problem with Hollywood is that they want to reboot these movies after an actor has been there for a couple years, you know, a couple different movie, you know, doing the movie or a couple different movies. The first one sequel and maybe a third one or something like Christian Bale did with the recent Batman movies. The problem is I kind of hate the idea that these actors, they seem to get big swelled heads and they decided to, you know, vacate these roles. And, you know, it's like I explained last night, why would they do this? Why would you give up a role like Batman? Oh my God, Christian Bale, why the fuck would you do that? Jesus Christ. I mean, you gave it up to Ben Affleck, which is fine, you know. I hope he sticks around for at least a few sequels. I mean, for God's sakes, you know. I'm a little worried about that because I think it's to the point where they need to sign these actors to long-term contracts. I mean, at least, you know, basically 4 or 5 movies instead of 1 or 2 movies. And these guys vacate. Oh, they demand too much money, and the studio decides to, you know, boot their ass out. And basically, so. And they bring in new actors, and they have to start the whole fucking story over again, you know, from the beginning. I hate that fucking shit, man. That pisses me off. Same thing they're doing with Spider-Man. You know, they had Tobey Maguire, you know, basically in the first 3 movies. Then they brought in, what's that guy's name? I can't even think of it. The guy did 2 movies, and he got booted out by Sony. Now they got some little 12-year-old kid playing Spider-Man. He looks like he's 12 years old. Oh, my God. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, Spidey's using profanity there because Spidey's really ticked off about Hollywood and a lot of their decisions on these sequels, especially in superhero movies, you know. Basically any movie in general, but superhero movies seems to be the worst for Hollywood when they basically decide to reboot the goddamn series again. Like, you know, stick with the original formula and just roll from there. That's my opinion, you know. Roll from there. You know, don't sit there and bring in new actors, new directors, new producers, and stuff like that. Sam Raimi did a pretty decent job with the 3 Spider-Man movies with, you know, with James Franco and Tobey Maguire and stuff like that. So I wish they would have stuck around for at least a 4th or 5th movie. Now, I had heard that Sam Raimi wanted to do a 4th movie. But whoever owns the rights to Spider-Man, I don't even know who owns the rights to my movies. Jesus Christ, I need to get in the loop. Holy crap. What the hell is wrong with me? You know, I've been out, you know, well, I'm always on the prowl, you know, saving the city and everything, so I can't keep up with all the latest movie news, you know. It's just the way it is. I gotta sit up in this chair a little bit more so you can see my buffed up body here, you know, so I'm pretty hot. The women like me, gotta admit it, I am hot. So anyway, anyway, that's my beef with Hollywood and these superhero movies. I mean, you know, oh God, that ticks me off. Like I said, you know, that they just need to stick with the original formula and stuff like that. And let's see, what else can we talk about tonight? I'm just gonna rant tonight. Tonight was just a big old rant night. It's a ranting night, you know, rant. Spidey's been drinking too much insect juice or something, you know. I've been, you know, feeding on the insects and stuff, you know, and you know, getting my pump on, you know, stuff like that. So basically, you know, but anyway, next to my own movies, like I said, I am a big Batman fan. I'm kind of looking forward to Batman versus Superman. I think that might be kind of interesting. I hope Zack Snyder takes it to the limit, you know, great action, really dark looking, atmospheric, you know, basically just an outstanding visual feast for the eyes, you know. I don't want no wimped out piece of crap, you know, like, well, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have to explain it, you know. I don't want a PG-13 piece of crap. That's what I'm talking about. I want a PG-13 to R rating, you know, lots of violence, lots of hard-hitting action, lots of realistic dialogue, great acting, special effects, you know, great fight scenes, you know, stuff like that. I don't want any, you know, watering down of the script. That's, if I was a Hollywood director, which I actually should think about doing, I should really consider going into directing and producing, because I think Spider-Man could make better movies than most of these idiots in Hollywood in the first place. You know, these guys are just idiots, you know. You know, I'm sorry to say that. I hope I didn't... Well, actually, I hope I did step on somebody's toes. Because I don't give a crap. See? Fuck you. Well, I should do this one instead. This one's a little more Spidey-like, right? But anyway, like I said, I kind of like the Avengers movies. I like the first Thor movie better than the second Thor movie. I love the first two Michael Keaton Batman movies. The two Hulk movies kind of blew chunks, but they're okay to watch in a pinch when you're really bored. You want to watch a superhero movie. You're bored with my movies, you know, of course. I don't think anybody's bored with Spidey because he is the ultimate badass in the universe, you know, at least on the planet Earth, you know, at least something like that. So, but basically, I'm kind of anxiously awaiting the new Spider-Man movie. I want to see how this new kid comes across in the new version of Spider-Man. Oh God, another reboot! How exciting!